So here we are, Port Canaveral. This is an aerial view that I found online, but it's a pretty good representation of what you'll find when you get there. You can see the parking garage there kind of at the front, and it's pretty big. It's about 4 levels, and it's $128, I think, to park for the full 7-night cruise on the Oasis. And you can kind of see in the upper right corner one of the main entrances off of the road there, and that's the entrance we came in. And there's a section there for pickup and drop off, and then there's another kind of entrance in the middle if you're actually going to park there. And we prepaid the parking instead of taking a chance that the lot would be full when we got there, and I think that was a pretty good idea. We pulled up to the top of the ramp, and there's a guy there with a clipboard, and he's kind of checking off names of whoever's already prepaid to park, and it was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. One of the main things that they did not do right, just to give you a heads up, is the elevators absolutely suck. There are 2 elevators, which is nowhere near enough. They're very slow. They're very small. So be careful with the elevators because they'll probably get on your nerves. And it wasn't so bad, I guess, when we were, first arriving because we weren't tired and we weren't, I don't know. It seemed like it was more of a problem for us when we were leaving because we had to park on the second floor because of where you pull in and where you do your thing, because they won't let you park on the ground level because that's where they collect all the baggage. So we were on the second floor. So when we were coming back on Sunday, when we're getting off the ship, we've got all our luggage. We've just gone through the usual and incredibly big pain in the ass of the Port Customs and Border Patrol because they slow everything down. And we've got our luggage and we're ready to get back to the car. And, it's like, okay, now we got to wait for the damn elevators along with half of the ship because there's only 2 elevators. And, it's just kind of one of those, okay, guys, what are we doing here? But anyway, when you're first arriving, it's actually pretty straightforward. You just come down the elevator, the ground floor, boom, they're right there. You just hand off the luggage, literally come around the corner, walk straight into the terminal, and you're going right into the area where the security is, where they do the run the bags through and everything. So at this point, you're inside the terminal, and this is just kind of a still image to give you an idea of, the check-in area. And when I took this picture, or when I took this video, we had already checked in. And the check-in process was really good. It was very quick. I think we were platinum level at the time, and so, there was a little area for the platinum, and just take you straight in. They do the usual. They get your picture right there with the... the little cameras that they have, like something we'd use for your computer. It's on a little, stick or whatever. And you can kind of see there in the center of the pictures, guys holding up, 2 fingers behind the lady. And, the usual stuff for the check-in. It was very quick, very fast. We didn't even have to show them the credit card. It's literally just give them the passport, give them the piece of paper from the where you don't even sign it anymore. It just has the barcode and boom, you're done. Now, the problem is, after you've checked in, then you have to deal with the other part of it. And that was the big headache for us. And this is where the timing comes into play. Because if you get there too early, you're going to have to wait. Because they will not let anybody on board the ship, I think, before 11 o'clock, period, no matter what. We got there at around 10:30, and the check-in, at 10:30, like kind of hitting the garage area. And that took a couple minutes and so forth, but that was pretty quick. Going through security, etc., etc. I don't know, we were probably up in this area by, 10:40. We still had a good at least 15 minutes to wait. So let's talk about this area right here for a second. This was a major bone of contention for me. This area is not really as big as it should be. And I stopped right here because you see a line of people, and we're kind of right in the middle of it. And everybody's basically waiting to get on the ship. And right kind of over there, down at the front of this line, you sort of take a left and you start heading towards the ship, and you have to go through the Diamond Lounge. And I think this was Diamond or Pinnacle or something like that. But it turned out to be a huge kind of bottleneck over there because you had people standing in line, the line that we're in here. Then you had people standing over on the sides right outside the Diamond Lounge, and you basically had to pass through that area in order to get onto the ship. And at 11 o'clock, they start boarding the, Diamond, Pinnacle, whatever, which we get it. You've 700 points to be Pinnacle, whatever, go for it. But it's just not very well designed. And I kind of dinged them on the survey a little bit about this. And yeah, to be fair, some of it could be people arriving, quote unquote, too early, before 11 o'clock. But they don't really, I don't know. It's just most people are going to show up around 10:30, but 10:30, maybe a little bit before that. And there's going to be some waiting. And they built a waiting area like right where I'm at here. If you look kind of like to the left, and you'll see it in the video clip, there's a waiting area, but it's nowhere near as big as it should be. And just this entire area is just not well designed. And so we make our way up towards the ship. This is going through the boarding area. And a little bottlenecked here because, of course, they're trying to sell you stuff like constantly. So they've got a couple of tables set up that are sort of distracting people. And they're already trying to sell you on drink packages and wine packages and I don't know what the hell they were selling. But so, we start making our way up, and of course they're constantly doing maintenance on the ship there, and you'll see in a second where they're, loading supplies up from down below. And I think I commented that I was pretty sure I saw like a whole pallet full of ice cream being loaded. But pretty standard stuff, and of course this is the same walkway that you use when you come off the ship at the end of the cruise. So in the coming videos we'll explore everything. Took a lot of video on the first day on the ship, everything. We took a lot of video on this cruise, and so we'll kind of get into all of it in various clips coming up. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and get notified when I post new videos.